Very good evening to you all. Today we have discussed in detail about what you mean by Node MCU, and we have discussed about Things Speak Loud. And I welcome you all for the day 4 session. In this day 4 session, we are going to do practical hands-on session. Okay, so today we are going to discuss in detail about this Raspberry Pi board. I think you can see the different types of Raspberry Pi boards available. So here are the two different Raspberry Pi boards. This is Raspberry Pi 3B plus and this is Raspberry Pi 4 plus. Now we are going to do some hands-on practice with these things. Okay, so before going into this thing, previously we have discussed in detail about this Node MCU, right? So now we are going to discuss in detail about this Raspberry Pi, and previously we have done like ThinkSpeak account we have made. So now what we are going to do, we are going to do this hands-on practice on this ThinkSpeak cloud. So how we are going to do, we are going to take a number, we are going to make any number, and we are going to upload the data into our ThinkSpeak cloud. So I think it's audible to you all, right? So without any delay, we'll start today's session. Just a minute. Now we're going to see what we are going to discuss, sir. As this is we're going to conduct, this is a week 3, and here in week 3 we are going to discuss in detail about this embedded systems and IoT. I know you all know the timetables, right? Now you all know the timetables, the time of the session, the 6 week. This week we are going to discuss in detail about this embedded systems between the dates 14th to 18th of this month, and the time is being scheduled below. The time is between 5 to 6. And welcome to the day 4 session in this embedded systems and IoT. So what are the things which we are going to discuss in today's class is, we are going to discuss in detail about this ThinkSpeak and also Raspberry Pi, and how we are going to dump a Raspberry Pi OS, like how we are going to install the Raspberry Pi OS into our PC, like into our Raspberry Pi SD card, and how we are going to upload the data into our ThinkSpeak cloud, and usage of this SMTP protocol. I know you are all aware of this SMTP protocol, right? So we are going to use this SMTP protocol. With the help of this Raspberry Pi, we are going to send a mail through Python coding. We are going to send a mail to a person using this Python coding. So here you can see, I think you all can see the board, right? So this is our Raspberry Pi board, Raspberry Pi 4 board, which is been shown similarly here. So what are the things externally present in here is, so here you can see this is a power port. As usual, you can see on here also. As usual, you can see in here also, this is our power port through which we are going to give our power input through the adapter. And next is that HDMI. Next is the HDMI port. So here we are going to give our monitor signal, monitor connection we are going to give in here. Okay, here we are going to connect our HDMI port. So the basic things required for in order to turn on this thing is, you just need a power signal and an HDMI port. Power signal is nothing but in order to give power supply to this thing, and HDMI port is nothing but we are going to get a display output through this thing. Okay, next we do also have this another HDMI port which is going to support one more display, and here you can see an audio jack, and audio jack is also present over here. An audio jack is also present over here to like for getting this voice output. And here you can see we are having 4 USB ports. We are having 4 USB ports, and in these 4 USB ports, 2 USB ports are having USB 3.0. these 4 USB ports. 2 USB ports are having USB 2.0 ports, and an Ethernet port is also available. So these are the things present on this board, and you can see processor. VCM processor is present on this board, and the important thing is it is having 40 GPIO pins. It is having 40 GPIO pins to perform this embedded operations. Okay, so how we are going to this is a processor board, right? So it need an OS to run. It is not having any software. It need an OS to run. So how we are going to dump that OS? We are going to dump that OS into this SD card. You can see in here, right? Here an SD card option is present over here. Here an SD card is present. So we are going to write the OS into this SD card. We are going to write the OS into this SD card. Then what next we are going to do? We are going to insert the SD card, like what are the OS which is present in this SD card. We are going to place this in the SD card slot which is available in here. We are going to place this thing, and then we are going to plug it. Then we are going to give our power signals. So this and this is same. So whereas this is not having any cover on it, but this is having a cover. That is the only difference. Okay, so now we are going to do like how the OS is being installed. So for that thing, you just need to go to raspberrypi.org. There you just need to click on this official page. Need to go down and download the option, download the OS over here. So I think it's done. Let me just remove the camera box or camera of this thing, second camera. Yes. So now the options will be available, right? So you need to click on this download options, and you need to select which OS you want to download. So here you can see there are different types of OS available. So you just need to download one of the OS. You just need to download what are the OS you want to download. You just need to download one of its OS. Then after downloading the OS, you need to install Belina Etcher. What is Belina Etcher? The Belina Etcher is used to burn the OS image on the SD card. So as I have shown you right previously, we are going to write the OS on our SD card. So here what we are going to do is, here we are going to select that whatever the OS which we want to write, we are going to select the OS. Then whatever the SD card we are going to write, we need to select that SD card. Then we need to click on the flash button. When the flash is complete, then we are going to remove our SD card, then place it on our Raspberry Pi. And here you can see how the official page of Raspberry Pi is going to look like. This is how the official Raspberry Pi page is going to look like. I think you all can see it, right? So here are the options, like here we can do various programming languages in our Raspberry Pi. I have connected my Raspberry Pi to system, and I have connected it to this laptop using this VNC. I have connected using this through VNC. So what I have did is, I have connected my Raspberry Pi to the same network. Then after connecting to the same network, we are going to get an IP address. After getting an IP address, you can see 192.168.0.111. I have inserted the same IP address into this server. Here after clicking on this server, so it is going to direct into my Raspberry Pi page. So from here I can control my Raspberry Pi completely. Wherever it is connected to my internet. Okay, so now what we are going to do, yesterday we have shown, right, like using this ThinkSpeak cloud. So now we are going to do this in practical. I think you all are interested, right? So without any delay, we will do this thing. So before doing into this thing, we'll just try to open our ThinkSpeak account, because we need to paste our write API key, right? So let me go on to the same option, like forgot password. If you are having an account, then you can just click on this thing. You can just sign in with your account. So let me just set my password within no time. So let me. So yesterday I didn't show you, right? So this is how our channel is going to look like. So this is our official page. So here you can see I have made these two channels. ThinkSpeak can give a free access of up to 4 channels. ThinkSpeak is going to give a free access of up to 4 channels. Okay, so if you want some more channels, then we need to buy it. Here also you can see ThinkSpeak is supported to various types of board, that is Arduino board, Arduino MKR 1000 and ESP8266, Raspberry Pi and NoTDS Plus, Arduino Plus. So these are the various boards which we are going to support, and these are the various channels which I have used recently. So now what I am going to do, I am going to show you how to create a channel. So here, what is the name you are going to give to your channel? The same thing we are going to see in here. So what I am going to do here is Raspberry Pi practical. So here you can see one field is only made. So now I want to upload two types of data. So for that, what I am going to do, I am going to visit this channel setting. I am going to visit this channel setting. Similarly, here you can see how many types of fields we want. Here you can see I have selected two fields. Then here you can see when I save this channel, you can see two channels will be available. Two channels will be available. Okay, so how many types of fields you want to upload, that many number of fields you need to select in here. So now we are going to open this ThinkSpeak code. So here you can see, let me first explain the code to you. So first what we are going to do, we are going to import this time module, because here that we are going to collect the data and we are going to upload the data into our cloud. So here it is dependent on time. The uploading of data is dependent on time, like it is going to take nearly 15 seconds of time in order to upload the data from one input to other input. Is going to take nearly 15 seconds. Next, here we are going to import random, because here we are going to generate a random number in between 23 to 56, and we are going to upload the data into our cloud. Okay, hence we are going to use this, we are going to make this random number, we are going to import this random module. Next, import urllib request as urllib2. So why we are going to use this urllib request is, hence we are going to access the data from our web page. Hence we are going to access the data from our web page. Here you can see url is nothing but web page data. So here we are going to access the data from our web page, or nothing but we are going to upload the data into web page. So only we are going to import this module. Next is my API key. My API key is nothing but, yesterday I have shown you, right? For this channel, for this thing also I am going to show you, we are having two API keys. This is our channel, right, which we have made. So now here you can see in the API section, you can see two API keys are available. So now what we are going to do, we are going to take this API key. We are going to take write API key, and what next we are going to do, we are going to paste in here. because we need to upload the data into this same thing, right? I think it's not possible to copy and paste it in from our normal OS to the Raspberry Pi. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write entirely CAD PSC J5 F3X. So here you can see we have pasted our API key. Okay, everything is capital now. So here we are going to initially take the values, that is two variables we have taken, that is t is equals to 0 and m is equals to 0. We have set the values of these two things. So next, in the base URL, so here let me just take an example. So let us just take an example of this guide only. Let me just take an example of this guide only. So here you can see there are so many number of pages, there are so many number of pages available on this guide. So what I am going to do, like I just need particular data, so I just need to write particular data at particular place. So how I am going to go, so here base URL is going to act as an or web page. Here what are the web page we are going to give in that web page, like here we are having so many websites available, that so many websites we are going to access only ThinkSpeak. That means here this is going to create an access to upload the data only into our ThinkSpeak. So in our ThinkSpeak also, in our ThinkSpeak web page also, we do have different types of like pages will be available. So here an API key is going to act as a number or account number. Okay, so here this is the difference between this base URL and my API key. So here what we are going to do, we are going to increment the value. So for t variable, what we are going to do, we are going to increment one value and we are going to print it. And for the m variable, what we are going to do, we are going to generate a random number between 23 to 56. We are going to make a random integer value between 23 to 56. And here now you can see urlib dot url. Here you can see urlib2 dot url open. So here we are going to access our URL. We are going to request URL and we are going to open the base URL. So here we are going to open our base URL, and here you can see while creating we have made some fields. So here you can see. So here you can see field 1 and field 2. Field 1 and field 2 are available, right? So where we need to upload our data, and in field 1 what data need to be uploaded, see here. So here in the base URL, in the field 1, the string data t need to be uploaded. And next in the second field you can see m data has been uploaded continuously. And when we are going to give a keyboard interrupt, then it is going to stop. So now you can see 1 comma 25 data is being printed, right? So 2 comma 25, 3 comma 55, the data has been printing continuously. So let's just see into our cloud, into our account, whether the data has been uploaded or not. So here you can see the data has been uploaded. The data has been uploaded continuously. So let me just show you. So here you can see what are the value it is being generated. the data has been printed over here. So here you can see 8 comma 51, 9 comma 36. Here you can see the data is being continuously uploaded into our ThinkSpeak cloud. If I have said you right, I am going to show you in practical. Similarly, here we are going to use this. Here we are going to use our ultrasonic or any sensor data, and we are going to give the same variable over here, and the data has been uploaded into our cloud continuously. And the data has been uploaded into our cloud continuously. This is what the process is going on in this. How we are going to upload the data into our ThinkSpeak cloud. So now we'll discuss in detail about this thing. About Raspberry Pi, like what are the various options present in this Raspberry Pi. So this is official version of the Raspberry Pi. So here you can see we can write code in different types of languages. Python, Scratch, Node-RED, Java, and also we can use it for browsing applications, and we can also play movies in this thing because we are going to install a VNC and all, and it is going to support all these operations, and you can find the same what are the operations present on our like laptop or system. Same operates the same things we can also observe in this thing also. Okay, so now just a minute. Let me just get back to the PPT. So we have discussed in detail about the Raspberry Pi. Like these are the various types of Raspberry Pi. Initially we do have Raspberry Pi A, Raspberry Pi B+, Raspberry Pi 2, Raspberry Pi 0, Raspberry Pi 3 and Raspberry Pi 4, which I have shown you right now. That is Raspberry Pi 4. The thing which I have shown you right now is Raspberry Pi 4. And here are the various components which are available on this thing. I think I have shown you all. This is 4 USB ports. In Raspberry Pi 4 it is having 2 USB 3.0 ports and 1 LAN port, and 3.5 mm audio jack is also available. CSI camera port is also available, and HDMI port where we are going to connect our HDMI thing is also available, and this is a power input port and SD card slot. SD card slot where we are going to dump our OS into our SD card, and we are going to insert the SD card into this thing, into our Raspberry Pi. And it is having an onboard Bluetooth and Wi-Fi module. It is having onboard Bluetooth and Wi-Fi module. I have shown you the connection also, and similarly here also you can see. So here Bluetooth also available, and also Wi-Fi is also available, Bluetooth is also available. So when I have turned that on, I can connect it to my Bluetooth speakers or Bluetooth headphones. Then I can see my movies and all. And here you can see I have connected to my network. These are the various options available in this Raspberry Pi. And this is having an extended 40 GPIO pins to perform various operations based on the input. So I am going to call this the Raspberry Pi as system on chip because everything are mounted on a single board. That is nothing but the memory, input, output pins, the processor, the protocols, and the connections. Everything are present on a single board. Hence, I am going to call this as a system on chip. So you can find all the things are presented inside only. The graphic processor, memory, and all other things are being present, and everything is mounted on a single board. So only I am going to call this Raspberry Pi as SoC board. So what is the processor present in this Raspberry Pi is BCM2385 system on chip processor is available, and ARM Core 11 is present. So here you can see. So in this Raspberry Pi which I have used now, it is having 1 GB RAM variant. It is having 1 GB RAM variant. So it is having an HDMI port, CSI port and all, and it can support a maximum like Ethernet support of nearly 10 to 10 megabit, 10 by 100 megabits speed per second. It is having 3.5 jack, 26 GPIO pins, power source, and it is going to support this Raspbian, Debian, and Fedora OS. And Raspberry Pi 4 is going to support Windows 10 IoT OS also. It is going to support Windows 10 IoT OS also. It is going to support. So I have shown you the process, right? We need to download the OS from our Raspberry Pi official page. Then we need to open the Balena Etcher. We need to select the OS which we want to upload into our SD card. After selecting the OS, we need to select the SD card. Which SD card you need to upload? We just need to select that SD card, and we need to click on this flash option. We need to click on this flash option. You need to click on this flash. Once the flash is complete, we need to insert the SD card into our Raspberry Pi. We need to insert our SD card into our Raspberry Pi. Then the Raspberry Pi is going to be turned on when we have given the power source. So I have shown you this. This is the official page of our Raspberry Pi. This is the official page of our Raspberry Pi, and these are the various commands, terminal commands, which we are going to use. These are the various terminal commands which we are going to use in order to work on, like we need to change the directory or make the directory, and all these things we are going to use this terminal. And these are the various terminals, like change the directory, and also copy the file from its destination, move the file from its destination, and concatenate, clear, remove path, remove a directory, current path, and present working directory. All these things we are going to use. And let's have a small break. Let me take one more minute. Start 540. So let me just explain you about the cloud. Cloud is nothing but a storage, which is like storage system. So why we are going to upload the data into our cloud? Why we are going to use this specifically cloud in order to upload the data and all? Because here the data can be easily uploaded into our drive. We can access it from anywhere we want. We can access it from any place we want. So that is why we are going to use this as a cloud as a main source. Okay, so here you can see cloud is applicable to do various operations, like networking operations, for home automations, and also for service centers. Like you can use it in various sectors. we are going to use. Nowadays everything is interfaced with the cloud. Nowadays everything is interfaced with the cloud applications only. So these are the various types of clouds which we are going to use. Okay, that is AWS cloud, IBM Watson cloud, Oracle cloud, Cisco cloud, Azure cloud, ThinkSpeak we have just done it right now. ThinkSpeak we have just done it right now, and we do have Oracle cloud, Cisco, IBM, AWS. These are the various types of clouds that are available. So how the data is being collected is, the data is collected from different sensors, different objects. It is being collected and it is being transferred to the main server. The data has been collected and it is being transferred to this main server, and this main server is connected inbuiltly with this ThinkSpeak cloud. Not only the ThinkSpeak cloud, it is connected to any of the cloud, and the whole data which is present in the server is going to the modem is going to get put into our cloud, so we can access the information from wherever we want. So similarly, now I'm just going to show you this thing. So the value which here we are going to upload it, right? The value which here we are going to upload it, right? So here you can see the code is completely run. Even you can see that in 19 minutes nearly 40 to 43 entries have been made, and you can see the value have been jumped rapidly up to here. The values have been rapidly jumped up to here. So not only this thing, we can also see the random values also. Random values also available. So let me just add the visualization so that you can see the number also correctly. So 129.56. Let's check the same is printed in our Raspberry Pi or not. So 129.28 is being printed in here. 129.38. 129.38 is being printed. So it's going to take some time in order to open. Okay. Similarly, with the help of the same code only, we are going to upload the data into our cloud, and this is done wirelessly. So here I have not connected my Raspberry Pi to this thing, not connected my Raspberry Pi to this laptop or this cloud. I've just, the data is being shared to this cloud using this API key only. The data is being shared to this cloud using this API key and also the URL. This URL and the API key are the main source, not to like uploading the data into our cloud. Okay. Here we are going to upload a uniform data, and here, whereas you can see the code itself we have written, we are going to take a random number. For t we are going to give an increment value. For m we can see here random value we are going to generate. Random.rand int we are going to give, and here we are going to give a random value, and we are going to upload the same data into our cloud. Okay, now let me just explain about this. SMTP protocol. So So this is the code through which we are going to perform this SMTP protocol. Okay. So here we are going to use this thing for SMTP protocol, that is nothing but simple mail transfer protocol. Simple mail transfer protocol here we can say, but here what we are going to do is we are not going to open our Gmail account or anything, and we are not going to write in Gmail like what is the data we need to print. We are not going to print any of the data. I request you all guys I just want help from you guys. That is, I just want one of your website. I just want one of your mail address. Please write your mail address in the comment box. I'm waiting. The live chat, I am waiting for you guys. Please give your mail ID in a comment box. I'll be sending a mail to you using this SMT protocol. I'm going to send you a mail which you can see it. So it's a request for you guys. I request you all to please give a mail as soon as I complete the code. I just want one of your mail address through so that you can also receive the same mail from this Raspberry Pi. So here you can see I'm going to explain the code to you. So here we are going to use this sub process because we are going to open all this, like we are going to open the mail ID, and here we are going to open get into this composition, and in the composition we are going to open into from address to address. We need to all insert all these things, right? So there is a as this is a process, we are going to use this sub process modules, and next we are going to import this time, hence this is dependent on time. We are going to use this time module. Next we are going to use this OS and glob library also we are going to use, and SMTP library also we are going to use. Hence we are going to do this SMTP protocol. And here you can see base 64 from email.mime.image. So if you want to send an image output, image type of mail, so we are going to use this thing. And if you want to send an multimedia part, so we are going to use this mime.multi-text mime multi-part. And here you can see if you want to just send a text in a mail, so you just need to import this mime text. Just need to insert this mime text. And what next we are going to do is, here we are going to insert the mail address, from which mail address we need to send, the same mail address we need to give. So here we just need to give our login credentials, that's it. We just need to give our login credentials. Okay, good evening whoever has responded. And now as I have requested you guys today, just want one of your mail ID, one of your mail ID, so that I can send your mail to you using this code. Okay, so here you can see this is my login credentials, pantech.hod@gmail.com, and this is my password. From this mail you are going to receive a mail. From this mail ID you are going to receive a mail. So what you are going to receive is, here you can see from address is this one, and to address I am requesting you guys your mail ID. So here how we are going to send a message is, in the subject section here we are going to send security. The subject section, what I am going to do, I am going to send security over here. And next in the body, subject remains security, and in the body, this is from Pantech Solutions regarding security breach. This is being printed in our body. And here you can see we can also set the font also, like it need to be printed in bold, italica, everything we can set in here. Okay, after getting all these things and all, we just need to start the initialization. That is, we are going to initialize this SMTP protocol, and we are going to start this like hello protocol and start TTLS. Then it is going to access our mail ID and password. It is going to access our mail ID and password. If it is connected successfully, then it is going to send the mail. If not, it is going to print fail to send mail. Fail to send mail. So I request you guys to send one of the mail ID, right? So let me just check in the comment box. Does anyone of you send the mail ID? Okay, no problem. There is no mail IDs available. So here I am going to show you that output also here. So here I have just placed my mail ID, and let me just remove this mail ID. So here you can see I am going to send a mail to respective two persons respectively. I'm going to send a mail to two persons respectively. Okay. So we will run this again. Yes, here you can see the mail is being sent twice. Let me send it again. So here you can see the time also 5:54. I've sent 3 mails now. Let me just send one more mail. And if you want to do this thing, you just need to enable one thing. Only one thing you just need to do, that is to lower your security, because here we are going to give a permission to this third party, right? So we just need to decrease our permission, and how we need to decrease the permission also I am going to show to you. So here we have just shown you this 4 processes, right? So I'll just show you thing. Actually my mail ID is not signed into this thing. Let me just open this thing up, it is, and let me just show you. So now you can see here. So I've just received a mail from this mail ID which we have given to me. It has sent, that is receiver is me, Ganesh. Receiver is Ganesh Kanika6@gmail.com. I've received all the mails. So I've sent it 5 times. So here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see what is being printed in here. So subject remains same, the security, and the body is, this is from Pantech solutions regarding security breach. Whatever the thing which you have written in our code, here you can see. So here you can see this is the body. You can also check the time also. So here you can see 554, 554. This I have done it previously. You can see 553, 554, 554, 554, 554. So now only I have just run this code and I have got this output. So this is our body which I have sent, and this is the subject. Subject is security, I have shown you previously, and this is the body. So everything this is being done in our from our Raspberry Pi. So every process is being done in our Raspberry Pi. Okay, I think that today's session is interesting, guys, and tomorrow we are going to do a major project, and I request you all to please attend and try to share it with as much as possible. Okay, thank you guys.